Town Hall. Welcome to the first of many, and welcome to the opening of a museum that hopes to change the way we work in the world. This is a museum now tonight visited by 15 or 20,000 people who understand and know about their communities, but want to know how their community relates to the rest of the world. And out there are people who want to relate back to you. The reason I'm standing here, I'm down from Boston, is to join the science committee here at the museum. Meg Laumann, Dr. Laumann and I met 15 or maybe 25 years ago in Australia. Earthwatch, as many of you know, supports scientific research in about 50 or 60 countries every year. And Meg came along. We needed some funding to climb some trees. Why? Because the trees in Australia were dying. And the government was worried about that, and so she studied the problem. She studied the biological diversity in the canopies of the trees, and she studied the relationship between insects and disease and trees, and solved the problem for the country of Australia. Since she's come along to be very famous, and we are lucky to have her tonight as the director, the inaugural director of this institution. This particular half hour will share with you the lives of 4 or 5 people who are using their time and their lives to solve problems that all of us wish we could go help on. They're young entrepreneurs, social innovators, and here's Meg Laumann to introduce the first one.
Probably now electrocute myself, right? But anyway, Brian Ross, I think I'll take this one off. Hello, shall I take this one off? My technology crew. Oh, Brian Rossborough neglected to mention that he's the founder of Earthwatch, so I think we should give him a big round of applause. And by founding Earthwatch, that means he literally founded Citizen Science, which is the mission of this entire museum, getting people out into science. So we're very grateful for Brian's vision, and as a result of that, that's why we snared him to be part of our science advisory group here, because his ideas are usually ahead of the rest of the world. So we do have the Rolex laureates tonight. I'm really excited and proud about that. There are a couple people to introduce. Vicente Guillar, please stand up, was a Rolex juror with me from the beautiful town of Barcelona, Spain. He happens to be the chief architect of Barcelona, so anybody in the audience with an aspiring young person that likes making buildings or Lego or even looking at trees like me, which are architecture, you can come back around 9 o'clock tonight, maybe 9:15 at this rate, and hear Vicente talk about the amazing links of architecture and trees and science. And together we were part of an international jury that was privileged to select 5 young people between the ages of 19 and 30 to be given a scholarship from the Rolex Foundation. You probably thought they were just these fancy watches on the backs of magazine covers, but in actual fact, Rolex funds amazing projects around the world to make the planet a better place, which is a very similar mission to the NRC. Another Rolex juror I see in the audience now, Dr. Connie Soin, raise your hand. She's helping with the baby. She is from Singapore, the first woman parliamentarian, an amazing hand surgeon who goes around rural sectors of Indonesia and helps underprivileged communities get the surgery that they need. So this extraordinary group of international folks came together and picked these 5 amazing young laureates, and Rolex not only funded their projects, but has funded them to be networked to people like you. So they have been in Raleigh visiting schools, meeting with our young people, meeting with different business leaders to get connected with their particular fields of work. So we're really excited to have them here, and we're hoping that we might get a visual in a minute. And we're also thinking that with this Global Town Hall, we will be able to reach out and call folks in their home countries and talk to what's going on with them. So in addition to that, we also have here on my left this amazing young lady named Perrin Ireland. Would you like to tell them what you do? It's fantastic.
Hi, I'm Perrin, and I am a science scribe, so I'll be over to the side of the presentation, visually capturing as much as I can of what is shared tonight. Thanks, Mike.
So Perrin is one of a handful of international artists that are taking scientific research and creating visuals, which is really fun. So watch for her drawings at the end of everything. And so with that, maybe what I would do is call up one of my laureates to have a little talk, because how are we doing in terms of time? Okay, we need a little more time, so it looks like we might just have a conversation and then go back. So why don't our laureates come up and we'll have a little chat while you're all here together. Bring the baby. This is wonderful. And Brian, we can have a conversation.